A friend recently asked me this question: would the Osmo Pocket 3 be a good camera for my podcast and for my course creation? And it's a great question. I've had the Osmo Pocket 3 for almost a year now, and it is an incredible little camera. It's perfect for vlogging, travel, content creation on the go. But since I personally own a lot of higher end gear, I've never really thought about using the Osmo Pocket 3 as a studio camera until now. So in this video, we are going to find out if a pocket-sized camera can actually compete with a full studio setup. Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm going to walk you through my full Osmo Pocket studio setup. We will cover everything from settings, lighting, camera placement, and a few friendly tips at the end to help you hit that record button with confidence. Before we dive into the settings, I want to talk about one of my favorite features on the Osmo Pocket 3, and that is the front-facing camera. It is so nice to be able to rotate that camera, frame yourself up, focus, get your exposure, and do this all without an external monitor. Another thing that I don't think gets the attention that it deserves about the Osmo Pocket 3 is the app that comes with it. It's called the Mimo app. I'm currently using it right now, and I use it every time I film on this thing. It lets you adjust your settings and your controls right from your phone. I love the screen that comes on the Osmo, but it's not very big. So this is a huge helping hand. But if I am traveling or on the go, it's really nice to be able to walk away from the camera and still be able to see if my shot is set up correctly, if my exposure is the way that I want it to be. You can check your audio levels, tweak any of the settings, and you can just keep your phone nearby and control everything from there. Okay, so let's go over my settings. First, I'm shooting at a 4K resolution at 24 frames per second. Make sure that you are in 16:9 ratio. For exposure, we're going to be using manual, so swipe here to the left, go up here to exposure, and then we're going to hit manual. For our shutter speed, we want 1/50 because we're shooting at 24 frames per second. So you always want to make sure that your shutter speed is double your frame rate. The ISO, especially in a studio setting when you're controlling your lighting, always try to keep it between 100 and 200. For the lighting setup that I have, we're going to keep it at 100 and we will hit confirm. For the white balance in a studio, it's best to set your white balance manually because you don't want, let's say, if the sun pops out and you have a window open, you don't want the color of your video to start changing right in the middle. So what we're gonna do is go to the white balance, and if you're not sure what to set it at, I would come over here to the auto white balance, check what the number is gonna be, and then come over here to manual and match that number, and then just hit confirm. So for the color profile, earlier today, I filmed a video with my friend Sarah, and I actually knew that she was going to be the one editing the video, and she's not a video editor. So I knew shooting in a normal 10-bit color profile was gonna be the better option for her because she does not wanna mess around with color grading in post. But for my video today, I will definitely be shooting in the D-Log color profile so that I have more control over my color grading in post. And last but not least, come down here to image adjustment, go to custom, and I like to have my sharpening at -2 and my noise reduction at -1. Let's talk lighting. Lighting is why I love shooting in a studio or in a controlled space. First things first, be sure to kill the overhead lights. Start with a blank slate and set up your lighting step by step from there. For my key light, I am using a Amaran COB 60XS with a soft light umbrella for my diffuser. Whatever fixture or light you have, always make sure to diffuse it so that the light isn't blowing out your skin. You can use a softbox, an umbrella like I'm using, Or if you really need to get scrappy with it and you don't have a professional diffuser, you could always use things from around your house. You could use a white sheet, you could use a shower curtain, or even parchment paper will work. The placement of your lighting is so important. Never ever put the light straight on with your camera. Always make sure that your key light is at a 45-degree angle and just slightly above your eye level. That angle is gonna carve in some soft shadows. It's gonna keep it cinematic and saves you from that harsh spotlight. And last but not least, when it comes to lighting, the background fill. You'll see that I have kind of this warmer toned lamp over here, and then I also have a longer, warmer toned lamp in the corner. That just adds a little ambiance to the shot. It brightens up the background without overexposing the rest of the frame. And it can add some good vibes or aesthetic to your video. Audio. I cannot stress this enough. Audio is everything. If you have this great setup, you have perfect lighting, but people can't understand what the fuck you're saying because your audio sounds like shit, no one is going to stay to watch your video. This is how I sound using the built-in microphone on the Osmo. It sounds like shit. Some people probably wouldn't think it's too bad, but compared to what I sound like with the microphone on, it sounds like shit. And audio is back. Perfect. See how much better that sounds? One of the great things about the Osmo is you can actually hook up an external microphone or a wireless microphone, like the DJI Pocket 2, which is what I have on, or the DJI Mic Mini. The DJI Mic 2 actually comes with the creator combo, and in my opinion, that alone is worth the extra money. You can just clip it on with the magnetic mount or the clamp, and boom, you're good to go. Another option would be to put this little microphone on a stand if you didn't want it to be clamped to you in a certain way. For me personally, I'm very animated. I like to talk with my hands. I move around. Having the mic on me ensures that my audio levels are gonna stay consistent and my voice isn't going in and out while I'm flailing my arms around. Always keep an eye on your audio levels and make sure that they are staying in the green. If they are peaking into the yellow or the red, or if they're hovering too low, just adjust as needed. Clean audio is going to make such a huge difference in your videos. Next up is camera placement. You want to have the camera positioned just a little lower than eye level. I personally recommend just putting it on a tripod so that you can adjust your height as needed. The tripod that the Osmo is currently sitting on, I think I got on Amazon for 25 bucks, and I use it constantly. Definitely always try to avoid setting the Osmo just on the table in front of you. If that is your only option, maybe try and find an object or something that you can set it up on so that, again, the camera is sitting just a little bit below your eye level. Because if you are shooting from a low angle, honestly, it's just not the most flattering of angles on anybody. Keep it close to your eye level and then just use the gimbal to fine tune or make adjustments as needed. And a few last minute tips for you when filming with the Osmo in a studio setting. First and foremost, when using the front facing camera, make sure that you are looking into the camera and not down at yourself in the screen. Trust me, I found this out the hard way. I think it was one of my first videos using the Osmo, and I kid you not, I was looking at myself the entire time. And then I went back to edit the video and I was like, I'm not even looking at the camera, I'm looking at myself in the screen. So just keep that as a reminder when you're filming. This really hasn't happened to me yet, but if you are batch filming your content, the Osmo can get a little heated. My friend and I filmed a video earlier today, and she had the Osmo going for almost an hour straight, and it was totally fine. But if you're batch filming and you're using the Osmo for a few hours consistently, give it a few minute breather between takes just in case. And lasty but not leasty, one of our tour guides in Tanzania used to say that all the time, and I just freaking loved it. Make sure that the micro SD card that you buy for the Osmo Pocket 3 is fast enough to support 4K footage. Not all SD cards, specifically micro SD cards, can handle the speed of 4K footage. So just make sure that whatever SD card that you get can handle that before you make your purchase. Boom. That is my full DJI Osmo Pocket 3 studio setup. If this video was helpful, please help a sister out. Smash that like button, drop your comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Boom.